see what's been moving the needle starting in Hollywood, where Freddie Freeman and that Braves reunion couldn't have been scripted any better as the former Brave hit his first bomb of the season in what ended up being an emotional day from start to finish. Okay, Hannah, a lot of great moments from LA last night. What was your biggest takeaway?
Okay, so hear me out. My biggest takeaway is that we don't need to reflexively call everything in baseball good or bad. I know that it was emotional when Freddie Freeman didn't go back to the Dodgers, but I feel like people have this tendency to lump it in with Mookie Betts leaving the Red Sox or other sort of cost-cutting measures where guys like big stars leave their homegrown teams. But actually, I like this narrative. I think it's interesting to have different kinds of storylines. This was emotional. It was interesting. It gave us pathos. I think that we don't have to be mad about this. I think we can just enjoy that this is a surprising twist in the Freddie Freeman book.
Yeah, I completely agree. I look at this now as almost the closure, right? We talk so much about, oh, who's mad at who? You know, Freddie Freeman mad because he didn't get called from the Braves beforehand. Yeah. So, and then them going after Matt Olson. I think this is the closure, really, from the beginning, what we needed to see. A lot of good moments, right? Freddie Freeman hitting the home run in his first at-bat against them, saving his first homer for the Braves. So, I mean, extremely special. But look, it's working for both sides, right? The Dodgers are winning, and the Braves have Matt Olson, who's been one of the hottest guys in the league right now.
Kenley Jansen, of course. We can't overlook that one.
Yes, Kenley Jansen.
I love it. It doesn't have to be bad blood. It doesn't have to be a revenge game. There's no crying in baseball. Yes, there is. There's crying in baseball. I saw Freddie get
happy
choked
tears.
up. And I like that. I like that. Show some emotion for your former teammates that you just won the World Series with. It doesn't have to be bad blood.
Right.
It was like one of the best breakups in baseball and in Hollywood, for that matter.
And it gave us that great story. Like, you mean to tell me you would rather have Freddie Freeman back on the Braves like everybody predicted, or that game where we all tuned in to watch him hit that home run? I think that's cool. I think baseball should have guys who spend their whole team or their whole career with one team and guys who you think are going to spend their whole career with one team, and then instead they hit their first home run off him at that team the next year.
Yeah, baseball, it's a business, right? Guys move around all the time. We've seen it happen so many times in the past. But what I also loved is the way Freeman went up to Olson and dapped him up, gave him a hug, because Olson's got to be feeling some emotions as well. He's replacing some big shoes in that Braves lineup at first base. So the fact that he went up there and acknowledged that, I think that was special as well.
I love how you guys are highlighting the fact that this doesn't necessarily have to be a zero-sum game, that there don't have to be winners and losers. And we kind of we posed that question yesterday, like, who did come out on the winning end of this whole situation? And Stan Van Gundy, of all people, actually weighed in on this.
Oh, he did.
We put it out there in the old Twitterverse. Yeah, how about we just get at least 10% through 10% of the season first? Fair. Very fair statement. And, you know, for me, I think during BP, those were some of the best moments. And before the game, it was Charlie Freeman going up and hugging Dansby Swanson in that beautiful moment. Kenley Jansen's kids, hanging out with some of his former teammates.
Wait, you know what I love about this? I think we hold on it long enough. I love he puts his little hands in his pockets.
He goes from baby to grown man.
Yeah, he's like, I'm cool.
Collects himself.
He's like, all right, walk it off.
I'm older now.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
You know what else it shows you? That this is all bigger than baseball, right? There's emotion. You see Kenley Jansen, that emotional day for him as well. So everything that happened yesterday shows you how human these players are. A lot of times we forget that these guys have families. They go through the same stuff everybody else does. Yeah. And this is what you see.
Check out, did you see the Captain America shield on the kid? Not taking the shield off.
Guys, I think you're right. Overall, that was a really heartwarming evening in Hollywood. And oftentimes we're so focused on the negative. So it's really nice just to have something positive that we focus on.